Houston's Helpful Hits is brought to you by Tracker Boats, fish the finest. Call 1-800-TRACKER today. If you're going to come to Brazil or Colombia or Venezuela or anywhere to fish for peacock bass, you simply have to learn how to work a Zara Spook and a head and super spook. And as a matter of fact, if you're going to be a good bass fisherman, you need to really learn how to work a spook in particular and a super spook, because you're going to find a lot of times out there in your fishing that a spook will simply catch more fish and without a doubt catch larger fish than just about any other topwater bait that you fish. But for peacock bass, they're absolutely dynamite. Do not go peacock bass fishing without bringing a dozen or 2 dozen on any trip that you go on. The whole secret to working a spook is that you want that bait to slide back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You do this with a downward motion to your rod tip. So you really are not moving your rod tip backwards like this, you're moving it down. So you're always jerking down like such. And that is popping that bill around and causing that bait to slide back and forth. So down, not across, down, not across. Get the reel in the palm of your hand and you're using your wrist. It's all the working is with your wrist. You're not using your arm, but simply using your wrist, and this is all you're doing right here, and you're moving your rod tip down when you do that. Now the next thing you want to do is you got to have a little pause after every single jerk, jerk and pause, jerk and pause. And what that does, it allows that bait, when it moves to one side, when it swings completely to one side, and then you pause, it lets it complete that, so it goes all the way around. And when it gets halfway around, then you jerk again and it swings and pauses around to the other side. The critical thing is in picking up line. When you pick up line, when you move that bait, you're always picking up line on slack line. As a matter of fact, if you're fishing a Zara Spook correctly, you're actually going to get a little loose line, particularly if you're using monofilament. With braid, it'll stay a lot tighter. You're going to get some loose line in your reel and you'll have to throw it out there. You learn to fish a Zara Spook, you'll catch more bass, you'll catch bigger bass, and certainly giant peacocks.
I made me a lifetime memory out here fishing, Jimmy Houston and me. Hey Jimmy.